Good afternoon to each one of you present here. I am Sohan Shadija from 4th year presenting group number 6. Our group is mentored by architect Nilesh Gandhi sir and architect Dinesh Chategapur sir. This will be the flow of today's presentation from introduction to future forwards. Urban farming has definitely become the need of the hour as many cities are rapidly increasing towards urbanization, displacing our farms, and it is predicted that we will reach 9 billion as a global population in next 3 decades. There will be a 70% rise in the need of more food production. Well, are you aware that we waste 1.3 billion, yes, billion ton of food every year? We put so many fungicides, pesticides, weedicides, anything with sides we put on those plants. Which raises the question on the screen. Do you also eat this with the mask on? Hypothesis. Farming is not possible on public buildings. Researching to find out the ways in which urban farming can be incorporated in public buildings in the fight between cabbage and garbage. Research objective. Understanding various aspects of urban farming and its impact on the built environment. Scope. The scope of this research is to do detailed study of urban farming practice in India, and the proposal is given on the basis of this study. Limitation. Well, we have limited our focus on public buildings as it has higher potential in its scalability and it will set an example to practice urban farming at individual levels. Before we jump out to our proposal, we had a few questions back in our mind to answer, which were minimum factor of safety, weight of soil, weight of cocoa peat, weight of clay palette. To answer all these questions, we had a preliminary talk with the structural engineer. It states that it is possible to add extra load on roof, which is less than 50% of total structural weight. The another set of questions were the total built-up area of India and the average floor lies, which will tentatively give us the total terrace area available for us to do urban farm. We did a comparative analysis of different growing medias, which were soil, clay pellets, water, and cocoa peat. What do we need to grow food? Air, water, nutrition, sun, or light? There was no soil. Do you even need soil? No, you didn't. But we used to grow in soil because it was easiest and we were doing it from centuries. Hydroponics. This is the growing media which we studied in depth, where hydro means water and ponic means labor, which ultimately becomes working water. To understand hydroponics in one line, it is hydroponics is a soil-less method of agriculture. Cocoa peat is a different growing media which we studied in depth. It is a great substitute to soil. It has various other benefits of cocoa peat, which is great water holding capacity, promotes strong root growth, increases the shelf life of plants, good control on drainage. Well, how do we get our food in our urban fabric? Currently, the food growing is in very terrible condition. And even if we manage to grow food well in our rural areas, the transport is in very bad shape. It loses 50% of its nutrients in transportation, and this wasn't working for us. We came up with different initial ideas to bring our food in our urban fabric, which was modular roadside cultivation, where we plant modular farms which are flexible and self-contained on the adjacent of the roadside. Window farming, to get food in our apartment windows, where hydroponics was a growing media and there was a natural source of light. Idea 3. Vertical container farming. It was stacked and compact. In vertical farming, growing plants were stacked in layers that may reach several stories high. Rooftop farming. To practice urban farming on the roof of our buildings, we did a comparative analysis of all the four initial ideas, the strengths and challenges of each one. This helped us to derive at urban farming at roof, from grey to green roof, because terraces were our built and unused assets. Urban farming on the roof of the building. Well, it was organic, there was food security, it added green cover to the building, there was reduced heat emission, and it harvests rainwater. It was a win-win situation for everyone. Why rooftop farming? It was a value beyond production. It created a sense of belonging to the owner. There was a shortage in supply chain, and there was a life cycle of environment. We also had this question, why there is no practice of rooftop farming? Well, people don't have water management. They don't want it to get their hand dirty. People don't have time. They wanted to travel and come back in 10 days. Then it was important to get a win-win scenario for every stakeholder to make this project successful one. So these were the questions and challenges which we faced down for different stakeholders: building owner, financer, caretaker, and labor. Food that we import: bananas, avocados, pineapple, apple, melons, blueberries, mangoes. There were many different foods that we used to import. To make this project a financially more viable and to make the business generation module, we can stop that import and make the project a commercial one. Jugaad powers India. Well, Jugaad, the ingenuity in action, basically has three pillars. The first one, local and innovative. Second one, should be easy to learn and operate. The third one, it has to be cost paisa to rupees. Through our case studies, the case study 1, Dr. R.T. Doshi Terrace Farm. This is a terrace garden and it is one of the common practice method. Here, the jugaad was Dr. Doshi used plastic bags, sugarcane waste, and different other and human manure to conduct urban farming. He was even possible to grow strawberries in the humid climate of Mumbai. The next case study was the Living Greens in Jaipur. Living Greens is an organic company. It is one of the first urban farming companies and it specializes in rooftop farming of fruits, and rooftop organic farming kit. This case study helps us to know the use of all farming techniques and challenges related to them. The key learnings from the Living Greens: its analysis, well, it was affordable and sustainable. Through the study of these case studies, we came up with the conclusion that it is very much possible to practice urban farming in the urban fabric of the city, which disproved our hypothesis. And from this case study, we can derive that terraces can be easily be used for farming with proper guidance and assistance. Our on-site proposal: rooftop farming on institutional buildings like educational institute, as it had larger footprint and it had great potential for stability. Here is the model of our college of institutional building, Vidyavardhan's Idea College, where on the podium level we propose a urban farming units. These are the different units which we propose on the podium. And the thickness of the planter will vary between 4 inches to 18 inches depending on the plants which we want to grow. Future forwards. This is the list of government schools where the where we can conduct urban farming on the terraces. Even if we take 10% of each government school, we can grow thousands of plants and we can provide organic food thousands of children. Thank you. Well, to end with the quote by a mentor, sustainability does not occur by being dependent, it occurs by being independent. Thank you.